Hello students, in the previous class we have seen the limitations of the octet rule. Now today let us discuss lattice enthalpy. So generally lattice energy will be seen in the solid state. If you have been in the second year, mainly lattice point, this all will be crystal lattice. So it's mainly explained in the 6th unit detailedly basing upon Haber's cycle. So now let us see what is a crystal lattice. So here generally the amount of energy, here when you are taking some amount of energy, okay, so means what here, the amount of energy released. So whenever it is releasing some energy, so means what here, when an 1 mole of an ionic crystalline substance is formed from gaseous ion which are infinite distance apart is called what here, crystal lattice energy. So means what here, here some of the energy is related. So means what, we are taking ionic crystal substances which is formed. So for example ionic crystal is nothing but here I am taking NaCl, okay. So this is formed from gaseous ion, means which is having some distance, means far distances, infinite distances we are having. So that one we call it as what, crystal lattice energy. If you have been observed 3D dimensional structure which we have drawn, okay, so means what, energy is required to break crystal lattice of 1 mole of ionic crystal to form separate gaseous ion. So means NaCl can be written as, so when you break this crystal automatically it will form Na plus Cl minus. So when you do a anode reaction, automatically what will have, Na will give it to Na plus plus electron and Cl will give us Cl plus electron will give us to Cl2, okay. So means what here, so like this it is releasing gas at infinite. So that's why we call it as what, crystal lattice energy. So generally lattice energy is inversely proportional to sum of the radii of cation and anion we can say. So what we can say here, lattice energy. So lattice energy, what we can say, it is inversely proportional to radii of sum of the radii of cation and anion. Sum of them means what, addition. So plus and minus, okay. So mainly this crystal lattice energy depends mainly on interionic attractive forces we can say. What we can say here, the crystal lattice energy so what we can say, it depends upon the interionic. So inter means what, different molecules we are taken. So these two are the different molecules. So interionic attractive forces. So what we can say here, interionic attractive forces, it is going to depend. If you have been observed, this is a crystal. So the crystal lattice energy depends on these two molecules. Based upon their ionic charges only it is going to depend. And also when you increase the charge on the ion, automatically the crystal lattice energy increases. So what we can say here, when you increases the charge on the crystal lattice energy on the ion, so automatically what happens, the crystal lattice energy increases we can say. So when you increase the radius of the ion also, so when you increases the radius of the ion, the crystal lattice energy, what happens? It decreases. So why we are saying the radius is inversely proportional? Why? Because if this one increases, this one decreases. If this one decreases, if this one increases. So that's why lattice energy decreases. Okay, so here it is having order like crystal lattice energy: lithium, sodium, rubidium, cesium, we can say. And also we can take MgF2, magnesium, MgCl2, MgBr2, Mgi2. So here what we can say: lithium, sodium, rubidium, cesium. So basing upon their atomic numbers we can say. And also lattice energy of an ionic crystal mainly used by using, so this crystal lattice energy mainly what we can say, by using Haber cycle it is used. Born-Haber cycle, which will be discussed in the Hess law of constant, we can say, heat summation. Okay, so here the crystal lattice energy of sodium, generally we are having for sodium chloride, the crystal lattice energy we are going to have is minus 769.97 kilojoule per mole. So this is about lattice energy crystal. So we are going to have next one, properties. Let us see about properties of ionic crystals. Properties of ionic compounds, let us see. So here generally ionic compounds as solids, so here ionic compounds exist as solids. So whatever ionic compounds, NaCl is a solid and CaCl2 is a solid and NaOH is a solid. Okay, so these all will be act as a ionic compounds, mainly solid. So these have high melting and boiling points. High melting and boiling points it is having. So these dissolve in soluble in polar solvents. So means what? Polar solvents means what? Polar means different atom. HCl is a different atom. HBr is a different atom. So the polar means different molecules we are having. So ionic compounds are good electrical conductors. These are good electrical conductors in molten state or in aqueous solution, we can say. Okay, and also these ionic compounds undergo chemical reactions mainly in aqueous solutions, NaCl plus H2O when you react. So means what here? Which will undergo? Ionic compounds undergo chemical reactions in aqueous solution. In water molecules, these solutions will form easily chemical reactions. So means what here? NaCl plus H2O when you react, so it will form NaOH plus HCl. So it can easily form the reactions. And here the melting and boiling points of ionic compounds are very high, we have discussed. Yes or no? Why it is very high? Due to the strong electrostatic force of attraction between the ions. Why we can say? Due to strong electrostatic force of attraction. Whenever you are taking an ion, so there will be force of attraction will be more. Okay, so due to strong electrostatic force of attraction between these two ions only, it will be having high melting and boiling points. So these compounds do not exhibit space. Why? Because space isomerism, because ionic bond is a non-directional bond, we can say. So why we say it do not exhibit? And we one more thing, if you have been observed, I told solids. So solid means what? It will be in orderly arrangement. But what it happens? It do not exhibit space isomerism. Why we say space isomerism it do not exist? Because here this is a ionic compounds is a non-directional, which is not in direction. Okay, that's why we say that it is not in space. And also If anion is common in the ionic compounds, then more ionic compounds will have more melting point, less ionic compounds will have less melting point. For example, melting point of BaCl2 is very less compared with the PeCl2. So means what here? If anion is common, okay, in the ionic compounds, if ionic compound will have more melting point, then it will, for example, if you have been taken BaCl2 is very high compared to BeCl2. Why? Because here the anion character is very more common, but common in ionic compound. So it is having more melting point than this one. And also if you have been taking CSS, cesium, okay, so it is also is very high compared to LiF. Okay, if suppose cation is common, we can say simply common ion effect here. So here anion is common, we can say. If anion is common, this is the example. If cation is common, what we can say here? Here ionic compound with high lattice energy will have high melting point, and compounds with which is having low lattice energy will have low melting point. So means what here? NaF is having high lattice energy, which is more than NaI. So this is having high lattice energy compared to NaI. And also if you have been taking CF2, CF2 is more with Ci2. So means what here? Here the cations are same. Here if you have been seen, anions are same. So if anion is common, it is having more melting point. If cation is common, it is having more melting point. Okay, so this is nothing but cation and anion. So if ionic compound is more stable, if it contains small cation, small anion, or less cation and less anion. So what we can say here? Ionic compound is more stable if it contains small cation and small anion, or more cation and large anion also. So example we can take here, LiH is more stable than CSH. And also I have explained to electrical conductivity of ionic compounds. So it will be having, due to the presence of, why it is good conductor of electricity in molten and aqueous solution? Due to the presence of free ions, we can say. So ion react quickly, atoms react quickly, molecules react very slowly. What we can say here in this ionic compounds? Ions react quickly. Coming to atoms and molecules in ionic compounds, react slowly. So means what here? The reaction between two ionic compounds in aqueous solution occurs quickly because ions involved in the reaction. Okay, and the ions of the reactants which do not involve in the chemical reaction are called what? Spectator ions. Okay, so what we can say here? The ions of the reactants and products we are having now. So this one we call it as reactants, so this one we call it as products. So that only we are saying ions of the reactants which do not involve in the chemical reaction are called what? Spectator ions. So means what? The spectator ions, why it forms these spectator ions is due to precipitation, reactions, neutralization reactions, some redox reactions. due to because of this only these are forming. So this is nothing but properties of ionic compounds and lattice energy. Mainly lattice energy in the next lesson we can discuss briefly based upon the Born-Haber cycle. Okay, it is based upon NaCl, which is in the Hess law, heat of formation, heat of dissociation, so heat of ionization. These all energies we are going to have. Okay, in the next class we can discuss bond parameters, that is bond length, bond angle and bond energy. Thank you.